Hi, it is me again. You're watching another video from your boy, Seboy, me. Wow. So quite a few of you popped over to Twitch. Awesome. I love you all very, very much. I'm just going to start off the bat with that. I want to talk about a few things. So you guys keep messaging me. You're like, what are your opinions on the Steam Deck's actual performance? Because obviously I touched on it in the first video, but now people want to know a little bit more about the actual performance, what you can really do with Steam Deck, you know, because some people are a bit gobsmacked that, you know, I am going to be selling my Razer blades. Some people were like, dude, you're crazy. I mean, you've got a laptop here that is like this powerful. That powerful, and then you've got this PS Vita basically that plays PC games. So what the fuck? And basically, I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you boys now. I'm more than happy with my desktop, my setup, which is in the Discord. People keep asking me for setup pictures and such. And for some reason, even though I did say it last time, boys, I have got a Discord. You can go and check it out, man. We would love to have you there. It'd be awesome. So, as I was saying, so the Steam Deck is going to have so many features. It's going to be unbelievable, okay? It's literally a PC. And you know the old saying is, you know, once you go PC, you never get fucked. Once you get a PC, there's so much you can do with it, mate. You can literally play games. You can emulate old games. You can do Photoshop on it. You could do pretty much anything. All right, there's nothing I don't think there's anything you can do. I don't not think there's anything you can do on this thing. It does everything, right? I mean, obviously there's going to be some limitations somewhere, like, you know, it's not got all the hardware. You can't do CAD on it, or you can't do I don't know, games design. I say that, but I guarantee now someone's going to try it, especially with how optimized this thing's going to be. It's probably going to be alright for game design. You watch. Either way, emulation, it's a big godsend for me. I mean, I own games from like 2003, 2004 that I absolutely love to this day, and I want to play it again, but I want to play it in a handheld, which means I can now finally play PS2 games on the go. I don't think anyone realizes how much of a ball ache that has been. It's been so many years, but I can finally play PS2 games on the go. I don't know many about you guys, but for me, I loved a game called Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2, and to be able to play that in my hands, laying in the bed or whatever, you know, and you know, it's nuts, isn't it, boys? I mean, when you live with your partner as well, there's like, you want to spend time with them, but necessarily you don't want to, like, do you see what I'm saying? You're saying like you want to have your own time separate, right? But be in the same area, right? And now the Steam Deck for me allows me to play Soul Reaver 2 on the Steam Deck next to my missus, right? Like, that's something that I'm not able to do with a laptop, because I've got to find the space for my keyboard and all this sort of stuff. I mean, I can do it, but it's not mate, it's more casual, isn't it? I can just turn it on, play Soul Reaver, it's just boom, done. It's one of those, isn't it? Anyway, emulation is like, let's carry on with emulation. So PS1 titles, easy. I think everything can play it, even your Android phone, okay? So it's not sweating it. PS1 games, Sega Mega Drive, you've got probably like PS2, Nintendo DS, Nintendo Switch. You've got all of those, mate. So you've got all of those that can absolutely be smashed on this device. For me, personally, this is going to be an emulation, I nearly said nightmare, but emulation godsend. Like, you can literally play anything on it. PSP, titles, anything. Literally anything. Nintendo Wii will probably be on there as well. I mean, don't know how that's going to work, because, you know, you need a whatever that thing is called, but yeah, you need one of them. And this is good news. We're finally getting to a stage in life now where games and everything, right, is pretty much open source, right? Like, basically it's fully in our hands, whereas before it was very proprietary. That word. Basically, companies wanted us to stick to a certain platform because it makes them a bit of these. Now we're getting to a point where, you know, some companies do care about the consumers, and the Steam Deck's going to come out and smash it. Now, personally, a lot of people are, you know, saying online and stuff that, you know, why would why would Valve make the Steam Deck to potentially lose a lot of money? And I don't think that's the case at all, boys. Because honestly, think about it, yeah? The Steam Deck is a way for Valve to come away from just gaming and start to, like, actually solidifying themselves as an actual company, a company that is going to create hardware and all this. It pulls them out of that space. It's similar to how these YouTubers turned into musicians and stuff, you know. They want to come away from that, but when you listen to that music, you're like, oh, that's that YouTuber, you know. It doesn't feel right, yeah. It's the same way these companies are trying to get out of that space and into another one, and it's good because now Valve can start to become a more mainstream company rather than just a PC gaming company, you know. Like when you get a PC, people say, oh, you got to install Valve. Now they're going to try and become more mainstream, more consumer lovely. That's what the word is. I don't know, however, because a lot of people have been asking me this, will PS3 emulation be a thing? Now, for me personally, I think it's about 90% for me, 80-90% that it's going to work. Reason being, emulation for handheld, or sorry, for the Steam Deck will completely be about the CPU. It's hardly anything about the GPU, and it's mostly about the CPU. Now, because we've got the new architecture for the new CPU, I'm hoping that we might see some really good benefits from it and how it's going to emulate on this, right? Now, it also depends on how well the game is actually optimized. Now, games like Resistance 2, Resistance 1, which I absolutely adore, have been proven to run extremely well on this emulation software, right? However, there's games like Last of Us which for some reason do not play well on at all on this, right? A lot of people, including myself, who want to play Last of Us on a handheld may struggle to actually play it. And before you start thinking, oh, you know, Last of Us is an old game, like I'll just get a PC to play it, I'm being dead serious now with you. If you type in Last of Us emulation or on the PS3 emulator, look at the software or the hardware they're using to run this. It is insane. They're using i9s and 3080s, and they're only just hitting 60 FPS. It's just some games are built to be on a certain piece of hardware, right? For me personally, I'd be happy with 30 FPS. So if I can get 30 FPS on Last of Us, I'm happy, okay? Because if you played the PS3 version, that's locked at 30. I don't think that goes any higher, any less. Well, it definitely goes less. But what I'm saying is, boys, that certain games are going to run well, some aren't. And the thing is with anything, right? And this is me being me being completely black and white and honest with you, the person watching this video. No one is going to know the performance of this thing, right? We can always play around with teraflops and guess what GPU is going to be closest to. But the thing is, teraflops don't equate to the actual performance of the GPU. Some GPUs have the same teraflops as my 980 Ti overclocked, and they will stonk it by 200%. My point is, right, it depends on how efficient the GPU is and how well they play around with everything. Now, we're going to have to wait till December to fully see what it's going to be like. However, knowing what Valve are like, they know full well they need to make this perfect in order for it to succeed, for them to grow into this different sector of a company, right? So they're listening to feedback like no tomorrow. They're already changed the speed of the RAM. Most companies wouldn't do that. Most companies finalize it at a certain stage. They start building up and they get the marketing involved, and then they start releasing it, right? With production going through and all this sort of stuff. Now, Valve are actively listening to what people are saying, and I can guarantee you this RAM speed is way more important than you believe it is. And the reason being is because APUs, CPU, GPUs, they need RAM. They need good, fast, efficient RAM to actually access certain things on its bus lane, right? I'm probably saying I probably said the wrong thing there, but you kind of get the gist, right? I'm a bit tired, boys. But basically, this means that the actual performance of the Steam Deck could be more impressive than we originally thought. Plus, you've got to remember, boys, FSR is an actual thing. And before you start saying, oh, lower, because there was a video online that basically showed it upscaling from 400 to 800p and it looked terrible. The problem is, yeah, FSR is getting better. It's open source, right? So there's going to be complete config files for the certain games you wish to play. Now, I've tried it personally on Skyrim VR, and I did it from 720p. I played around with 720p and I upscaled it, and I can tell you now that the difference in it wasn't amazingly different, right? Like, I thought maybe when I upscaled it, it was gonna look like I upscaled it to a different volume in the headset. Like it would actually be better than native. And no, it was the exact same. There was no difference. And the only way I could tell was when I moved my head quick, and you could see it blur a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can tell now that that's a different resolution. But that was if I was moving extremely quick, you know. And that's similar to like the martial art videos that I do on Blade and Sorcery and such that you guys can check out my stream, you know. Wow. But basically, FSR is actually good. Don't listen to people, and me personally saying this, do not listen to other people when they say that FSR is a complete, utter mess, or FSR is not that impressive, or anything like this, because FSR has sharpening filters. FSR has things in place to customize to your version of that game, right? So if I was to play 240 or 360p to 800p, it might not be the best, but I mean, I can play some filters or anything like this. But my personal preference would be this, about 480. Is it 480? Something like that. I can't remember. YouTube has it. But 480 to 800p or 720p might be the best sort of case scenario for the amount of data being uplifted and scaled. I've personally seen some actual tests where it goes from 480 to 800, and they don't look bad, boys. You got to remember as well that when you're playing on a screen this tiny, right? No, you won't actually notice the little bits of imperfection as much as you say sharing it on a 4K TV. Now, playing games on a desktop mode may be different. 720p to 1080p might be a little bit different. These are the sort of things you've got to do, though. You've got to look at the actual performance in the real world tests. At the end of the day, this will completely determine your realistic value on that device. You know what I mean? No matter how much we care about numbers and stuff, we need to remember, will it be fun? And at the end of the day, when you've got a handheld in place, remember, people are happy with the Switch, people are happy with the PS Vita, people are happy with the PSP, and people were happy with the A and Neo and all these PC devices. So for me, I generally feel like we need to stop caring about numbers and more care about the actual stability of the program, which is what Valve are doing. They're caring more about it, and so that's what they said. A minimum is 30 FPS. So 30 FPS and up is all we got to care about. So I know that a lot of you guys message me on Instagram asking about performance and all this sort of thing. You know, what could you expect from the Steam Deck? I am just going to be happy with it when it comes out, because it allows me to play those games that I would never have played before. And obviously PS3, PS2, PS1, play all the games that I've bought, which I can't play no more because, that's on a PS2 and I haven't got the cables for it, so it's one of those, isn't it, boys? Anyway, my dog's just come upstairs because it wants to see me, I guess. Maisie, hello, how are you doing? Maisie, I have a dog. Here is my dog. Oh. What's the matter? She has this thing where she does that and then she puts herself out. She's quite cute. She is a chihuahua, boys. She's a good chihuahua. She does good things, okay? She's lovely. She doesn't do any annoying things, and she's cute. All right? She's cute. And she comes to see me when I'm working in my office. So, yeah, good doggo. And she'll just sit on my lap now while I do the rest of the video. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to God that you've got your reservations in for the Steam Deck, because if you're not, you're a very silly man. You're a very silly man or boy or girl or whatever the hell you are, okay? Because, I'll say this now, if you don't want to get the Steam Deck in a year's time, just cancel your reservation, you get your money back. At least you know that you're in the queue for this Steam Deck. I'm personally extremely excited. I cannot wait to see what I can do with it. It's my tinkerer's dream for me personally. I cannot wait to play and do crazy things with this. And hey, it's Linux, boys, so there's going to be a lot of native programs for this thing that can emulate N64 and all this. So yeah, boys, I'm excited personally. I don't know if this will be the last Steam Deck video, because I mean, every Steam Deck related thing I do, I get questions again about it. So, and it's fun. I like this. I like the speculation. Anyway, boys, it's been a very long video, but I love you all. Thank you so much for the recent support. And if you want to watch more content from me, because I'm a very funny guy, basically go on Twitch. I'm on there, Rauxia. Go literally in the description below, click it, follow, and mate, we'll have some fun. I'm streaming tonight. We've got a new game. By the time this video's she left me. By the time this video's out, probably the stream's been out or been over and done with. But for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be playing this new game on stream, and I'm really, really, really happy. I played it back in 2013, and recently it started to get a little bit of traction. So yeah, I mean, it's massively open world. I can't wait. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Boys, just join, man. Join. The whole community would love you to be there, okay? Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Got a new video coming out soon. And yeah, buy something off Rauxia.com, please, because I want to buy myself more ice cream. Please.